Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Stichtv. Like, comment and subscribe in the bottom. Today, we're going to be making Ghanian chicken stew. I'm going to run you through the steps, step by step. And then, yeah, let's get into it. It's a boy thing. Cool, so we're going to be using some ginger powder, mild Caribbean curry powder, 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, some Onga stew, all-purpose seasoning, 3 garlic cloves, 2 scotch bonnets, bit of ginger, and 1.5 onions. So 1 onion will be for the blend that I'm about to make, the marinade, and another onion will be when I'm frying the onions for the actual stew. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna cut this onion in half. Ooh. This is to go into the blender, so we're gonna boil this marinade with the chicken. So that goes in there. Cut up the ginger as well. Cool. 3 garlic cloves. And just add a bit of water so it blends properly. Nice. Cool. So yeah, I got half skin and half with the skin, because that's how I just personally like it. I got them to chop off all the little nasty bits. Don't worry, I washed it already. I all done the pre-cleaning and whatnot, washed it with a lemon and whatnot, so don't try it in the comments, innit? Cool. So after you've blended your marinade, you pour it on the chicken. Oh, so just pour that on the chicken. Make sure you get all of that on there. Ooh. And because we'll be boiling it, if a bit of it gets stuck in the blender, just add a bit of water to get it out. Shake it about. Wow, spicy. Pour that on there. Ooh, my eyes. Wow. So you just mix that in. Oh, once that is done, gotta wash my hands. Now we're gonna boil the chicken. Cool. And the reason I do it this way is because when I've previously made chicken stew, I've made it without the marinade, and you can taste that the chicken hasn't got any flavour in it. So at least with this way, with the marinade, boiling the chicken with the marinade, it gives it some flavour. Cool, so now we're about to boil the chicken. Cool, so you know what, that's long, just pour it all in there, don't be shy. Yeah, 15-20 minutes, we're gonna let that boil with the lid on. Turn the heat up a bit, not too high, because yeah, don't want it sticking to the pan and whatnot. But yeah, that's that. I'll show the people. Cool, and we'll come back when it's a bit boiled. Cool guys. Cool, blimey, look at that. Alright, nice, so it's been boiling for like half an hour, but within that time I've been stirring it to make sure that it doesn't stick to the pan. So what you get left with is this nice little chicken broth blended with the onions, the garlic and the ginger, which we're going to put to one side and come back to that later while we fry the chicken. So I've got this little doohickey. I'm not even going to lie, I don't even know what you call this. A spoon with holes in it, innit? With that little colander effect to drain the broth from the chicken, innit? To separate it. Alright, cool, one sec. So yeah, just take your little doohickey, scoop that. Oh blimey, look at that. Smell the aroma.
A few moments later.
Alright, cool. So this is what we're left with, this nice little chicken broth. So yeah, I've separated the chicken and the broth, so the chicken's in this bowl and the broth will go in this measuring jug. Just pour that in there. Lovely. Yeah, and I'm just gonna wash that before I start frying the chicken. Cool, so actually before I actually fry the chicken, I'm gonna make the stew first, which is why I have this red pepper, Oh. The onion will be for the frying, so that's not for the stew. So I've got this red pepper, 2 scotch bonnets, and 1 tin of chopped tomatoes. How I cut my peppers is, cut off the head, then I scoop out that little brain bit on the inside. And it has to be a red pepper because it's chicken stew, red, everything red. So we're gonna cut that in half. Then I just like to rinse the inside. Rinse the inside a bit. So that goes into the blender. One tin of chopped tomatoes. Get some more sauce out of there. Put some water in the tin. Small. Shake it around. Add that in the blender. Then the scotch bonnets. So yeah, what I usually do is take out the seeds from the first one. Rinse it a bit. And then the second one just goes in, all in, but rinse it a bit. Cool. In the blender, all that goes. 2 crucial ingredients that I forgot to mention was the salt and the bay leaf. This will be used for our stew, but oh wow, the room is hot. So just blend that. Cool. Cool, now that's blended, put that on one side. Now we're gonna fry the chicken. You want the chicken to fry well, so I pour in a bit. I'm not really too sure in the measurements, I'm not gonna lie, just a bit in it. Nice.
That's a bit, that's a lot.
We're gonna turn that on. Wait for it to boil a bit. Cool, so I can hear it crackling a bit, so I'm just gonna put in the chicken gently because it is hot. Yeah. So my wok isn't big enough for all the chicken, so I'm just gonna fry half, then put it in a bowl, and then I'll fry the other half, which is this left. When you're frying it, normally you just fry it according to how you want it, but I'm only frying it for around what? Maybe like 5 minutes, if that, to get it a bit more crunchy. That's literally the only reason why I fry it. You don't have to. You could literally just boil it all the way through and then chuck it in the stew and then let that boil a bit until it's all the way cooked. But I like some crunch to my chicken. Cool, so once that's all fried, come back to you guys with the results. Cool, so that's the chicken fried. And once you fried it, it should look... Ooh. Don't worry, I'm not gonna put that back in the bowl, guys. Hygiene is key. In the bin. Wash the hands. I touched the bin. With soap. In case anyone wants to change it. Alright, cool. So yeah, the chicken should look like this. So yeah, we're about to cut the onions now. Also, I separated the oil from when I was frying the chicken into a separate bowl because we're gonna use this to fry the onions. And I didn't want to throw it away because why waste oil? And it's got some of that chickeny flavor, you know? Cool. See you lot who can cook. Hey, so waiting. Don't worry, hopefully after this, it'll solve a lot of your problems. So yeah, this little piece of onion, I'll just put it to the side because I don't want too much onion. Then, into the wok we go. Another essential key thing for the making of the stew is tomato puree. I've got bare of these, so I'm gonna use the whole tube, and it just thickens up the stew a bit. Knife in the top, twist. So before we add that, you wait for the onions to be a nice little golden color, and then you just empty the hell out of this. Squeeze it, every drop out into the wok. Cool, so you can see it's getting a bit brown, so we're gonna lower the heat so it's halfway down. And we're gonna squeeze the tomato puree. You can twist as well to make sure you get everything out. Yay. So yeah, don't worry if you put in too much oil, we could always empty some of that out later.
Adult music, that's all.
So now we're gonna add in our blend from before, which was the 1 tin of chopped tomatoes, the 2 scotch bonnets, and the half red pepper. I'm gonna add that in now. And again, to make sure you get out every single smidge, add a bit of water. Yeah, I've added a bit of water, shake that around, pour that in. Stir. You might think it's not a lot of stew now, but when we add the broth, then it will all make sense. It will all make sense. Don't worry, yeah. Okay, don't worry. Turn up the heat a bit. Broth, our broth from before, pour that in there, all of it, and then stir, 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 stir. And if it is too runny, then you could always add more tomato puree to make it more thick. So yeah, just stir that. So now for the seasoning. So I've got the Onga stew. You get these from the Asian shops where you get the seasonings in it. We've got our salt. So yeah, just a smidge, not too much. We've got 2 of our Maggi chicken cubes. Yay! We all make mistakes. And then we've got this Onga cube. So we've got this Onga shrimp. We've got ginger powder. All-purpose seasoning. So I've got the Dunn's River, but I'm not gonna lie, personally I prefer Tropical Sun. Yeah, just sprinkle that as well. That's enough. Stir. And now next is the curry powder. So for this one, get a tablespoon. So I've got this mild Caribbean curry powder. Again, it does not matter. Cool. This is normally what gives it the chicken stew the flavor. So yeah, just sprinkle that over. We're gonna go with 2 tablespoons. Well, 1.5 because I'm not gonna use all of this. Yeah. Put the rest back in there. I've got these bay leaves. Bay leaves, they give it that aroma. So yeah, you want dried bay leaves, and I normally add in a few. So yeah, I normally add in like maybe what, no more than like 5. So yeah, just drop that in there. Mix that in a bit. Lovely stuff. Cool, blimey. Moment of truth. The chicken, look at that crispy goodness. This is what your chicken should be looking like, innit? And you just plop it in there, one by one. So yeah, just put the chicken in there, then empty all of that in. Hands are a bit oily, who cares, we'll wash at the end. And just stir that, mix it up a bit. And in the measuring jug that I had the chicken broth in, I'm gonna add a bit of water. Just because the sauce went enough, so I'm just gonna add a bit of water. Normally I don't do this, but because I bought a lot of chicken, so yeah, I'm just gonna add a bit of water. When it's cooking, it will thicken up again, so don't worry about that. I didn't even use all of it, just a bit. Stir that in. What's it smell like, babe?
It smells nice.
No, it smells amazing. It smells heavenly. Nonsense. So cool. You keep the heat on the lowest heat. Cool. Cover this, let it boil for like 20 minutes. Let the seasonings and whatnot blend in. So yeah, leave that for 20 minutes. And while we wait for that, I'm going to start on the rice. Cool. So I've left it for about 20 minutes. And remember I was talking about the oil from before from the chicken that we were frying. I was just adding it every now and then to make sure that the chicken doesn't stick to the bottom when it's stewing. So yeah, this is what it looks like after 20 minutes. I mean, you could say that's done, but I'm probably gonna leave it for a further 10 minutes on the lowest heat, just so it can, yeah, stew a bit more. Yeah, look at that, lovely. So yeah, we're gonna leave this for about 10 more minutes, then we'll come back to it. You done? Cool, lovely. So this is the finishing result. This is the Ghanian chicken stew. Turn the fire off. Got the rice there. Now I'm gonna plate the food. And yeah, the ingredients are gonna be listed in the description box below, so just in case I went a bit too fast, so don't worry. So yeah, we're gonna see what this tastes like now. Ooh! So guys, this is it. Ghanian chicken stew with white rice. Look at the presentation. Look at that one. So we got that. Can't forget the power malt. 10 times better than that original super malt. The power malt. Let me sip this nice and chilled. But yeah guys, thanks for watching the video. Like, comment and subscribe, and leave in the comments what you want to see me cook next. And yeah, until next time, it's your boy Ting. Yes, serious.
We got